What is going on, guys? Welcome back for part 14 of our Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning series. In the last video, we finished up pretty much everything in Dalentarth, and I've actually already fast-traveled to Star Camp. We are going to accept everything here, get this next faction quest chain started.
Then Grim has appraised you and found you of worth. But there is another you must appease. Our guide, the anonymous Hierophant. Go to the Hierophant shrine in our camp and pray, as all travelers must. We have many freedoms and one chain. A traveler lives by his or her hands and guile. You must do the same. Trader Haydn sells items to supplement these skills if you need. Travelers have clever hands, but they are useless without the Hierophant, whose eyes guide us, a gift upon which we've come to rely. To receive the Hierophant's visions, we are commanded to pray at their shrines, and there are many who readily comply. I am Kilgaren. I am unfamiliar with the title the Knave of Coins, but as I understand, it grants me responsibility for this camp and its travelers. I know the lands and shadows and winding paths the travelers use. I heed no law or creed of property. For that, I am given leadership. May the wind be at your back.
So basically, she's the treasurer. Oops.
Aye. Need an answer or a rumor? You've done well to come to a lay in dark. Now come, fellow traveler. Ain't much like a bit of gossip.
Training, what are you training? Mercantile. We'll hold off. Trainers are really expensive, and if you're going to use them, it's usually best to do it either in endgame or close to it, because that's when you're going to start raking in the gold. Nope, it's down this way.
What prays before me? An eddy in the river of fate, a cacophony in the song of Amalur. Your presence is unnerving. But you have come and prayed, and honored our creeds. You wish to make yourself a traveler? Then ask me for my portents. For true trust, for true compliance, the Hierophant must have no weakness, nor fault, nor lapse. In other words, the Hierophant must be no one. The price to admit you is great. It will take 3 treasures to balance the burden. First, there is a noble Elfwig Grilrikas staying in Dyden Hill. Steal his medallion. Then, in the nearby mission, claim the pall of the dead Saint Idrix. The last are Drog's toothpicks. We have contacted their owner, Gunnar Frode, to buy the items, but you will steal them instead. Yes, some final warnings. Elfwig Grilrikas is a fastidious man. He will not suffer an approach he can see. The pall of Idric lies in his tomb, which is under many eyes. Wait until none are near before you claim it. And last, Gunnar Frode is shifty. He will not have the daggers on him or near him. Be warned.
Yeah, so basically, if you couldn't tell, this is somewhat equivalent to the Thieves Guild in the Elder Scrolls series. Oh, I actually forgot to... Oh, it's just going to give me their names. If I remember correctly, I believe that's a stealth trainer. which it would make sense. Thieves, if you're going to obtain anything legally, you're going to barter, and if you're going to obtain anything illegally, you're obviously going to do it through stealth. So we'll head down here and hunt these trolls real quick. I'm heading the right direction. Oops. Oof. Alright. Ooh. Of course a thresh shows up. They are not playing around. Alright, I'm gonna have to regroup. What do we... Consumables. Bleed resistance. Oof. Alright. Ooh. Jeez. Yeah, they're not too bad if you can fight them on their own and they're not rooted into the ground. Jeez. Oh, what has he got? You know what, we'll just take all of it. I'm not screwing around. Let's do it now. So we'll head down here. That's Star Camp. Nice, some Essence of Fate. We're just gonna ignore you.
I'm afraid you've caught me at a bad time, friend. The famed hospitality of the gnomes may be missing today. You see, I am in distress. I lent my journal to a fellow surveyor to record information from the Split Rock depths. His name is Horace Despero. He ventured into the caves but never returned. No. I am worried about him, and I must admit, my journal as well. It may sound selfish, but the journals we surveyors keep are very important to our work. If possible, I need to find out what became of my friend. And the journal too. I'm a surveyor from a mining company from the east. The journal contains all the data I've gathered from my exploration of the area. I lent it to Horace so that he could add data he gathered from Split Rock depths. Since he hasn't returned, I'm worried something terrible might have happened down there. If you can find out what happened, I would like to know. It should be somewhere in Split. As I said, Horace may. Until later then.
Oh, take out this last troll. And Split Rock Depths is right there. Alright, we're gonna... Still can't use that. Yeah, we'll throw that on. Can't use that either. Oof. He keeps getting me with that backswing.
So the troll named Nyx to town it came, never suspecting it was still the same. It crushed the road and split into the wall, and Kreth and Eärmur were surely to fall. They faced the troll and fought to no avail. The wise knights knew what was wrong in our tale. The treacherous maid Windermere at play. We know in part what is wrong with this fay. And so, Lord Eärmur shouted to Lord Kreth, "Challenge this troll to a duel to the death."
Okay, let's see here. Anything back here? Can't use it yet. Alright, so it's gonna be on this side. Junk that. Oh. They have been updating this somewhat regularly, so I wonder if at some point they'll fix the pathing issue. I mean, it wasn't really an issue when the game was made, because that was kind of how the games worked back then. More or less. I've got to use this shield. I've got to block more often. That AoE shock effect is great. Especially if you're being surrounded. Stun enemies and it'll give you a little bit of breathing room. All right, the guy we're looking for should be just up here. And I'm not sure, but I think whether it's the shield or we might even have a piece of armor and or accessory that the shock damage jumps to nearby enemies if one of them is afflicted with shock. I'm pretty sure that's an extension of the shield itself, but it might even be one of our sorcery skills. I don't remember. Junk. There's also a tattered journal over here. We'll take this just in case. Oh, wait. I think that might have been the... Maybe not. I don't know. Liana, she... Alright, now we can make our way out. Let's just backtrack. I think for a little while we are going to focus on alchemy, because we could really use some experience potions right about now. Where am I going? We're not necessarily I checked notes on changes they made to the game, and we're not necessarily gonna get leveled out of areas, but the enemies will be at the higher end of the level cap they can be at, from what I can understand out of the developer notes I was reading. Okay. So that was a bit of a long detour. But the quest giver's right here, so...
Read my journal! Oh, I trust this wasn't too difficult to obtain. What of Horus?
What do you think?
A shame that. Thank you for being brave enough to retrieve this, in spite of what happened to Horus. As we agreed, here is some gold for your trouble. I appreciate your help.
I mean, first of all, I wouldn't have known what happened to Horus until I got there. Haxie Dam. Sundor Caves. It's gonna be easier just to run there. We'll run there real quick. And we get to pick this up. So it's not a complete waste of time.
And was human in thought, and all was well. Rampage throughout the countryside in joy, and treated
That's a
as its toy.
cave we can't access at the moment.
Approached it and said,
It
if you are
appears.
human, deal as such instead. Face us properly, if that is your fate.
Well done, friend. Well done indeed. I know in time the trolls will return, but at least now I can make it back to Shieldring Keep with my head held high. Here, take this. It was Juri's sword. Broken now, but she might be mighty again if a skilled smith wants to make her so. It's what Juri would have wanted. I wasn't able to complete the contract, but since you have, you best get your own eye back to Shieldring Keep and turn it in. Off with you then.
Yeah, we'll head back at some point. For the time being, we're going to make our way over to Neralim, and we should be able to take out Enfemanir. Let's see, what's the quickest? Just follow along the main road. Yeah. No, wait. Wait a minute. Split rock depths. So, no. We'll want to go up this way. So, we'll actually hit up Star Camp.
Need a quieter step? I have spent my years in Dalentarth learning to imitate the
Yeah, so she's the stealth trainer.
You need to improve your ways. Let your steps fall silent.
But I personally like to save up coin for backpack upgrades. Yeah, so we'll head up here. There's what is it? 8 upgrades, I think. I'm gonna have to check. I don't remember where they all are anyway, so it's a good idea.
Nice to see you, my child. I hope all is going well for you this day. I have a request. A selfish one, but if you have any spare time? Well, it's Brother Padrick. He's a friend of mine. He left about a year's time ago in search of adventure. Said the monk's life was too bland for his tastes. He mentioned hearing about a treasure only found through a hidden exit from Split Rock Depths. That he might find it if he camped in Hacksea for a bit. But such a long time has passed and no word from him. I'm terribly worried, and I thought you might... Well, you could check up on him for me? Mitharu's blessings upon you, child. Bless you. Thank you so much. My mind is already at ease knowing you would take on this charge. If it helps, I would begin your search at Split Rock Depths. It is the only place he had mentioned by name. Go with Mitharu.
Now, I didn't mean to do that. We can fast travel back there at any time, so we're going to leave that for now. We have this mission here. Yeah. So, basically what we gotta do... Wait a minute. How did it work? Map menu. I could have sworn there was a meditate. Am I misremembering?
Welcome to St. Idris.
Bless you, friend.
And it doesn't look like we can rest in any of these beds. Okay. Well, like with that Split Rock quest, we can come back here by fast traveling. So for the time being, we will hold off. Oddly enough, I could have sworn you had to wait until nighttime and nobody would be in there. And it is currently 11 at night. Stop with that. Nerolim. We will meet Nerolim, and then we'll probably pick up in the next video. Unlock Vorm Lodge as a fast travel point. Just gonna run through. We're coming up on a fairly interesting part of the game's lore, so I want to start the next video off with that.
Not like the others.
She sought to bring the light of truth, to save a village plagued, to find a cure for them, her quest, the Maid of Windermere, her test. She faced the evil maid enraged. She trembled with her wrath. Undo your evil magic now, or I will end this tale, I vow.
Come closer, little curiosity.
Alright, so that glowing ball, or in other words, this tree, is Nerolim. We will pick up with Nerolim in the next video, but for the time being, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I actually just started hosting a podcast, a gaming podcast, called the Progeny of Gaming Podcast. I would appreciate it if you all would check it out. I stream the podcast every Tuesday around 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. You know, if you want any more information, you can check out Progeny of Gaming on YouTube. You can follow me if you aren't already on Twitter at BloodWolfReaper, and the podcast can also be found on Spotify. I am currently working on getting it out on other podcast platforms, but for the time being, that is the only one I can confirm it can be found at. But until next time, be nice.